Hello everybody, and today we are going to be looking at Jupiter Hell, coming out of early access today, a turn-based shooter from the depths of cosmic hell, built on the classic roguelike framework with modern graphics. And I honestly feel like that's a little bit of a misconception. Think of if Doom and Endless Dungeon, or Dungeon of the Endless, and Superhot came together to have a blood sacrifice, and they slit the guts open of Getting Over It with Bennett Foddy, and from the flames just emerges a blood-soaked, naked Jupiter Hell with just a massive, rock-hard... Let me explain. Jupiter Hell has you start off by selecting between three classes: the Marine, the Scout, and the Technician, each having their own resource, passive, active, and gear. Now resource, think of like your special. Passive, of course. Active is what your special can do, and gear. All straightforward and easy to understand. Now jumping into the fun, even though you've done the tutorial, it will give you a hand in the first floor, but this is the best time to explain movement and combat. The entire game is played on keyboard or controller if you want, but be aware that I only use the keyboard, so the arrow keys are for the movement, F key is your attack, G to pick up items from the floor, and then I and E for your inventory. Combat is honestly where it gets interesting. The tag of turn-based is bullshit. Everything attacks or moves when you attack or move, or you can press W to skip movement and attacks. And this is why I said it kind of seems like Superhot, because you can just be eye to eye with a demon, and it won't do anything until you do something. And this is not a bad thing. It's actually a great mechanic in the game. Slowing down the pace gives you time to plan while you walk through the corridors and rooms. It's great to strategize and gives the game its own feel, with the added bonus of events on levels like Infestation, where they just come straight for you, lights being out so you can only see with your flashlight for a limited range, or a time limit before security robots come. It's allowing you to get ready in a perfect position or rush for the elevator to get the hell out of there. But you may want to stick around because these give you huge EXP boosts to level up, and you're going to want that, because the upgrades come in the form of perks. Now think Fallout, except something actually does change. Each class seems to follow the same format, but with a few variations. Now these come very beneficial very soon in the game, and honestly later down the road. And a bit of advice when first starting, I highly recommend playing on easy, because this is not an easy game. I'm not the best when it comes to games, especially roguelikes, but this game... Oh, and a bit of a side note, when I say roguelike, it does have like the perks, it has the randomized loot and levels, but there's nothing like after death. There's no extra upgrades to help make the run easier, it's just a fresh, clean slate. So keep that in mind. But anyways, the game's fucking hard. Even on easy, after about 15 to 20 playthroughs, I've yet to see the final boss. I'm sure it comes down to RNG of the game, but honestly I've only made it about 6 floors down in IO, and that's the furthest that I got. Now IO is the third area you travel to, and I'm going to assume that that's going to be the last one, because the badges you collect all say to make it to IO. But there is an achievement to go to the Beyond, so there might be 4 levels, I don't know. But the game can take a challenging turn. You could easily be on some levels, walk into a room and find out that you made a piss poor decision because you just walked into a room with 6 enemies and you only have 45 health. This is where the strategy comes into play, with some floors having different elevators for you to choose from, some being harder than the others, boxes with loot and machines to either heal you or create weapon mods to upgrade your guns with, and sequentially what mods you choose to put on your guns and armor. One drawback though that I did see was with the mods. You can clearly see what it'll do when you add one yourself, but you can't check what it is when it's already equipped to an enemy's gun or a loot gun. Adding a small description of what it is kind of underneath the name would be a great benefit to kind of let me know if getting rid of my gun with 5 white mods is honestly worth the one with 1 purple mod. But other than that, the game is a blast with heavy metal music, which is the background music if you're listening to it, mysteries to solve by digging in the security files, and after collecting enough badges, unlocking the harder difficulties, as well as challenges which put restrictions on what you can use or what you can and can't do, adding more and more hours of headbanging fun. Jupiter Hell released in August 2019 in early access, and 2 years later, it still only has about 314 reviews. This is a sleeper title. More people need to know about Jupiter Hell. If you're a big fan of roguelikes or old school style games, I would highly recommend picking this game up. It's a lot of fun, and I can't stop playing it. I keep dying and dying. There's times where I die in the first floor. but I keep going back and just keep wanting to find all these mysteries and try to finally beat the boss. I'll get it eventually. I'll get that eventually. But if you guys are interested in the game, the link's going to be down in the description for the Steam page. There's also going to be a link to the channel's Discord if you guys want to come chat. I know we're discussing usually about games, but apparently it seems to be finals coming up. So yeah, that's fun. And if you made it this far, thanks for watching the video, guys. Leave a like if you liked the video. It kind of lets me know if I'm doing something right. And if you're new and you've made it this far, how you doing? Why don't you just hit that subscribe? It seems like you like what you see, and you may find some games that you may have not missed, or may not have missed. May have missed. May have missed, and you never know. So, and it's free. So go ahead, just... You don't have to hit that bell. That thing's annoying. I don't know why anybody ever asked for that thing. But yeah, go ahead and hit that subscribe. But like always, guys, I'll see you in the next video, and have fun.